Imagine a majestic king of the jungle roaring to shake the depths of the green forest. But here's the truth. Lions do not live in jungles and they are not kings. Welcome to Continent versus Ocean. Today we expose the greatest fraud in natural history. First, the title King of the Jungle is a major biogeographical error. Lions are residents of the vast savanna grasslands and sunny semi-deserts. The dense tropical jungle actually belongs to another great cat, the tiger. This title comes from misunderstandings in historical translations of ancient texts. Ancient Western scholars often grouped African grasslands together under the general term of jungles. They were deeply impressed by the male lion's massive mane and majestic posture. Yet this mane is actually a counter-evolutionary design for solitary survival. It acts as a heat trap, causing the male lion to dehydrate and exhaust quickly. To survive the heat, the male lion chooses to sleep up to 20 hours daily. While the giant sleeps, the entire burden of survival falls on the lionesses. Without heavy manes, lionesses camouflage perfectly in the dry grass. They are master hunters coordinating in teams to create a tight perimeter. The hunt demands patience, extreme stamina, and high tactical calculation. Every chase under the summer sun is a deadly gamble with life. Once the prey is down, the true battle begins within the pride. Smelling the food, the lazy male lion wakes up and slowly approaches. He does not come to share the joy, he comes to rob the spoils. Using its massive size, the male drives away the very lionesses that hunted. The true hunters must stand aside and wait until the king finishes eating. The small cubs are often the ones who suffer most from hunger during these feeds. Many young cubs lose their lives simply due to the selfishness of the pride male. In the lion world, the male's authority does not come with protective care. It is a relationship built purely on exploitation and strict submission. Let us dive deep into the true family structure to understand its biological nature. A lion pride is actually a stable matriarchy that lasts for generations. The females stay for life to protect their territory and pass down hunting knowledge. In contrast, the male lions are merely temporary guests filled with risk. The reign of a male coalition usually lasts only 2 to 3 years. A darker and thicker mane indicates higher levels of testosterone. However, this mane makes them a walking target when hunting alone. When expelled from this pride, wandering males often must resort to eating carrion. They steal food from smaller predators like leopards or hyenas. Science proves lions steal prey from hyenas far more than hyenas steal from them. Spotted hyenas are actually resilient hunters with extremely good social organization. When facing a large hyena pack, a solitary male lion faces deadly danger. They will attack from behind, draining the lion's stamina slowly. Without rescue from the pride, the self-proclaimed king will end up dead. In these moments, it is the lionesses that step in as his saviors. This reality shatters the illusion of the male lion's absolute individual power. The bite force of a lion reaches only a modest 650 pounds per square inch. This number falls far behind the 1,100 pounds per square inch bite force of the hyena. The skull bones of a lion are also thinner and more vulnerable than a tiger's. Lions evolved to play as a team, not to survive in absolute solitude. Therefore, when separated from the pride, their combat power decreases dramatically. Yet global cinema has painted a completely different picture of them. Hollywood has mythologized male lions as noble leaders and caring fathers. Famous films portray the image of a king protecting all creatures under his rule. The biological reality, however, is far darker and more brutal. When a new male lion takes over the pride from the former leader, its first ruthless action is a systematic massacre of the existing cubs. They kill all the cubs of the defeated leader to trigger the female's mating cycle. This helps the new male quickly pass down his own genetic line. Because the duration of their dominance in the pride is extremely short, lioness mothers sometimes fight to the death to protect their cubs from the males, or they must secretly lead their young cubs away to escape the pride boundaries. Statistics show that 25% of cub deaths are caused by this infanticide, a brutal truth of the harsh survival instinct in the African wilderness. The next illusion comes from the majestic and powerful territorial roar. This roar is used solely to mark territorial boundaries against rival winds. If used during a hunt, the prey would flee from a vast distance. Furthermore, the actual sound of a lion's roar in movies is often faked. Movie studios often layer a tiger's roar to make it sound more dramatic. The actual roar of a lion consists merely of deep, repetitive grunting sounds. When put on a scale of one-on-one combat, the lion falls behind. Tigers are larger in body size and live a strictly solitary lifestyle. They can stand on their hind legs to deliver rapid, powerful strikes, while the male lion is only used to fighting with the support of the pride. Nevertheless, the lion still plays an extremely vital role in nature. They are a keystone species that helps control the populations of herbivores. Without lions, the entire grassland ecosystem would face total collapse. However, this majestic predator is currently facing a high risk of extinction. Habitat loss has dramatically reduced their historic territory on the planet. Today, African lions are largely isolated within national parks and reserves. The Asiatic lion subspecies is even more critical, with only a few hundred individuals left. The entire surviving population is concentrated in India's Gir National Forest. Inbreeding directly threatens their genetic health and long-term future survival. Conservation efforts are racing against time to save this ancient bloodline. We must view the lion as a vital ecological species requiring active protection, rather than mythologizing them with illusory titles of royal power. The lion is not a king ruling over any submissive subjects. They are simply one link in a harsh and complex chain of survival. The greatest strength of this species lies in their collective pride cooperation, where the females carry the family line through silent, hard-working sacrifice. Respecting the scientific truth allows us to appreciate the real beauty of nature, a place where no royal crown is larger than the instinct of survival. While the landlord has many weaknesses, the cold ruler behaves very differently. To witness why the polar bear can stand frozen for 15 hours, click here now.